springtime, so I got to go move the hoop back into the barn. Outside barn shooting. Fall and in maybe in the morning in the early summer. You know. After that, you still want to go in the barn at different times and stuff because of mosquitoes and stuff. So we'll work it out. We'll make it work. I'll do what I got to do. Do what I got to do where I got to do it. How's Aisha at the playground? Another bad creation. All you anonymous watchers out there, you should feel creepy. Yeah. Shit. I was sitting there sleeping last night, going through my, little dream stuff, and got to keep them uncomfortable. It's interesting. Well, the mind determines what the dreams are about. They can't really make you dream about stuff that they unquote want to make you dream about, stuff. Freddy Krueger and all that stuff. Then the technology attacks them. It has to be stuff that basically from the past, and so that happens to a lot of people. So it's just like your past in insidious continuation, trapping you in it, never letting you go, basically, is what I'm getting from the way the technology's working. I can't say for sure. I'm not an expert, and I'm not an asshole, so I can just tell you how my dreams are and how they feel. And that must be real hideous for a lot of people, especially people that were neglected and child abused and sexually abused and stuff like that. That must be real terrible. Like it's never going to stop. Shit, that's pretty horrible. That's really bad. Yeah, that is. I guess when you think of things that way and doing things that way to have people, then if you want to get rest, you buy into the system to keep you safe and stuff like that. I guess people like that, they do need some form of technological advancement to exterminate their capacity to abuse. I think that's probably the best thing they can hope for, is that their computing and their drones and their robotics technology will eventually kill them and eliminate their capacity to abuse people to feel powerful. I mean, that's probably the best. That's you got to know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away, when to run. And, you ever count your money when you're sitting at the table? There'll be time enough to count when the deal is done. So yeah, the best you can hope for is to die in your sleep, right? That all that capacity to manipulate through the Republic of Rome will and you'll just die, and then you wake up in a new place and it's heaven. And that's why I see the way people see heaven and the way it's interpreted and manipulated and put into a perpetual eternal wretched abuse by the Roman Empire and Hercules and Zeus and all that crap. Life's eternal, grace is infinite, and we've known this for a long, long time. And that's why we had talk about reincarnation. We've had talk about, and you have all these different things. Every aspect of control through manipulation, which is not control. Lack of control, because lack of humility and understanding of the eternal beauty of the gift of life through holy covenants, has a different way of administering the abuse and then giving you the perception of what's called religion to continue to administer the abuse and make you a docile acceptance of oppression or a violent enforcement group of oppression. Okay, so then eventually it leads to a violent enforcement of it, because people will resist and then get run over, and stand in front of a tank. And why were you doing that for Levi's? Serious fuckingly? Yeah. For stuff. That's where they get that thing. Poor minds think of things, average minds think of people, and great minds think of ideas. Okay, but faithful love isn't an idea. Okay, faith in God isn't an idea. Okay. It's love of people, share, care, given accordance to need, built to last. Okay. So you got pants, but you wanted nicer pants to have sex with the person they want to have sex with. Okay, so you got a poor average mind. Yes. Okay. I have a humble mind, which is radically different than a great mind. So I'm the one who stops the people that build technology to keep us being manipulated by our poor average minds. Neater, right? So I'm uncomfortable. I slept though. I slept for like I don't know if it was over 12 hours or not. I didn't really pay attention to what time I went to bed. It was probably about 12 hours, but I need the sleep. You know, Shannon is gone. I hope she's drifted out to sea. A pauper were here, it's sure he'd tell her. That'll alleviate in the years. I'll go from needing more to not quite as much, and then average it out, and then go back to sleeping a lot when I get older, like my dad's age. Yeah, I've earned that. I can work my way to it. It's a lot of insidious. Oh, it's horrible. You know, I've been chemically poisoned, but I haven't been chemically attempted healed. I've after the money fiasco screwed me with the you can't make any money off this guy with his treatment through his chemical poisoning. New Mexico, oh fair New Mexico, they're all about making money, and so that worked out to my advantage that I'm in the state of New Mexico. What state would have? I don't know if any of the states in the United States would have started giving me proper treatment for my with the health insurance I had. So I think anywhere in the United States, I would have been treated just about the same way that I was treated here when they sent me to the clinic and said, here, take methadone and stuff like that, and we'll give you money till you die. We'll just diagnose you as disabled and crazy, But I'm not crazy, you're crazy. You should give me money to survive your crazy and say, he's the only healthy person on the planet. That's why we're giving him money, because he's not crazy. Like, oh, boy, the military, boy, they can't help for shit. I got no use for any of them. No. Nope. I don't see Maria as being in the military. I see her as a young, naive kid like me that has a beautiful husband and kids, and I hope they're still together. I love those two so much, and I was thinking about them the other day. When I told them and the people at the fort, no, you had Mike and a lot of the other people that were, yeah, I did. And they never stepped up, and they're men, and they're supposed to. And the one who stepped up and encouraged me the most was Maria. And Sergeant, yeah, little Miriam thing. And she even had trouble with it. It wasn't all just that. It was, everybody helped with Moses. It's like, technically, no. No, it was just about all Moses. Everywhere they went. Everybody else, when it came to standing publicly for faith in Jehovah over the goddom of the gods of Egypt, it was just Moses. Everybody else did it covertly. Aaron did it covertly. His uncle and his father did it covertly. It never publicly came out. They were trying to survive in that corrupt system and not do anything to shed the light on the corruption of the system and how the corruption, the system no longer corrupt us because we have faith in Jehovah. So no, it was just basically Moses, and it still is. Hi, send us another brother Moses, gonna cross the Red Sea. Exodus movement of the people. But in Lake Orwellian times, it's not 1984, it's 2026. I don't have glasses like the dude in the movie with Richard Burton and so all you English people in a theater that are in the military watching me, I've got no use for you little fucking Peckerwoods and the Pussy Plantation. I'll give a damn if you do have a vagina. Oh, no, I'm not seeing any of you. Are you publicly standing up and saying, hey, Parsons is the man? Let's show, If you're not doing that, I ain't got use for you. Have you tried? If you tried, I got use for you, and the technology probably will have evidence that you did. Okay. And then I'll walk up and say, I understand. Okay. But if you didn't even try, it's like, oh, fuck you and your little dog too. You probably won't even be alive. You'll probably be exterminated by some form of dumbass. I'm going to have more robots and cars there. Yeah. Oh, shut up already. You got to understand, this is the era of... the president isn't one of us that turned into one of that was elected one of them. They're one of them. Celebrities, it happens differently. They have such charisma that they get manufactured. That's why I called you another bad creation, Aisha, at the playground. They get manufactured into Aisha at the playground and then end up going, what the fuck? Like, kind of like Cat Williams talked about. It's like, God damn, I'm okay. Cat in the Hat, cease and desist. You can't sit. And same with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith and a bunch of others and Dave Chappelle. It's like, you can't get out of this club. What do? We're the sickest fucking people on the planet. Yeah, well, technically we're not, but we're part of the club of the sickest people in the club. Oh, that's fucking hideous. It is. But they still have to maintain that human aura of being one of us that can't clone and can't build robots to protect our clone. So they have to, the stem cell research can't have them, he never seems to age. Wait a minute, Jennifer Lopez. Lena Horne was the same way, guys. Get over it. But it's funny. It's Jonathan Winters and what's his name again? Robin Williams. I'm sorry, Robin. Love you too. But Robin Williams, you're going to age backwards because you're orkin. They come old, and you and Lena Horne. It's funny. Don't know why, there ain't no sun up in the sky, stormy weather. Since me and my man ain't together, keeps raining all the time. She aged very gracefully. Yeah, very attractive woman. Anybody else? And Lena Horne? Oh yeah, pretty girl. Pretty girl. Yeah, she's a pretty girl. She also liked the 3 Degrees kissed Red Fox. Didn't she kiss him when she was on the show? Yeah. And sang to him. Yeah, it was cute. But, yeah, old Red Fox, man. But, shit, I'm tired of y'all. I'm so tired. But, don't panic. We're going to be okay. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. The Pizarros and the assholes of the world, and this is part and parcel. This is the whole. These are what they're doing now are the same things that Hitler was doing, and that are on Wonder Woman with Linda Carter, right? And so they turn to propaganda and say it's never going to happen. It's like the rich people don't let you see what's happening. You don't get into Area 51. The rich people own Area 51. It's a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. They like to let you think that. But what you're doing is basically electing a dictator through the crucifixion of Christ. That little girl at the store yesterday, when I was talking about David, okay, this conversation's over. It's like, okay. Drugs and abortions, sexual manipulative surgery, drugs and abortions, sexual manipulative surgery. I don't want to kill people with a gun. I want to kill my sexual reproduction with surgery. Drugs and abortions, that's the life for me. Jesus, the sky god, killing all the drugs and abortion people and putting in my brain in hell to be tortured eternally. Hey, that is the game for me. What are we doing? Electing a dictator through the crucifixion of Christ. It's what we do. We think we're righteous. We think we're holy. We think we're great. We don't think we're holy. They think they're holy. I've talked to vegans. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're a better person than you inherently and eternally because they will not eat the chicken or the egg. What? You won't eat chickens or eggs? No chicken on your salad? No protein on the salad? Well, high in fiber, low in fat, excellent source of proteins. You put beans in your salad. Okay, beans. Okay. But you won't eat chicken. No. You don't like duping eggs? They cause this and that and that. No, it's actually, technically, it's the poison and the stress that causes the problems. If you work well and hard in a healthy environment and society, which very few of us have, you don't have the problems of the problems with the cholesterol and stuff from the eggs and stuff. Yeah. It's a chemical poisoning, the stress and the toxins that's causing your problems. They wouldn't give me $2 million a month so I could prove it up in the mountains of in a very pristine community, and then go visit huge original military center if I broke my toe, or well, I broke my toe, I wouldn't go in. What would I go visit Israel Military Center for if I had $2 million? You wouldn't, Earl, because they wouldn't be able to poison you as intently through government contracts. Ah, damn you, Supreme Court, Supreme joke, Supreme sickos. That's what you are. We're part of the group. I know they're part of the group. They go to parties with Taylor Swift and Sheridan and the Kelseys. Ah! We got pay-per-view, right? We're on entertainment tonight. Make it stop. I'm working on it, and I'm not M. Night Shyamalan's imagination. Does that scare you if you're a pervert who feels powerful to manipulate access to people sexually and emotionally through your fame? Don't be scared. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. You're already dead. Why do you think they pray to Christ to save themselves from being like you? You're welcome. Answer my prayer, right? Come on and answer my prayer. I'm a Burt Bacharach song. Lord, we don't need, yes, we do need another meadow. Yes, we do. There are mountains, and no, I'm protecting the mountains from building more robots and cars. What if we recycle the cars? And that's not, if you're going to recycle the cars, what you're going to do is break them into bits and pieces, tiny pieces, bits and pieces, and then distribute them evenly the way they would be through. That's a good idea, Marky Mark. I mean, is it Mark? Is that you, Mark? How's Prissy? I bet you it was the kids. You guys all got a brain thrust together at Metaverse, and yeah, I bet you it was August and Maxima. That's who I'm giving credit to, because they're the two smartest people I've ever talked to in your group. But yeah, so yeah, you could easily distribute in layers, and then do forced natural progression to extend mountains that have been torn out, like outside the Sun Bowl and in silver. Yeah, and then it would have the ore. And distribute the ore. They know how. Yeah, you study the sedimentary. That is, and you break into things and break it into light particles that would go. Yeah, so put a lot of it back, and then recycle what we have, which is necessary, and then you'd use different technologies to that are less destructive to the ecosystem to conduct or contain. Yeah, that's. I dig it, man. Yeah. It's a good idea. Oh my gosh, you guys are smart, because things have gotten smaller. They're bigger, but they're smaller. San Dimas football rules. No, I'm sure this is Max and Max in August. There's no way this is their parents. This is way too intelligent to be anybody at Facebook saying, you're breaking the community standards for money and shake your money maker. Yeah, no, this is the girls. This has got to be the girls. I've talked to these two before. They're pretty sharp. It's got to be them. Yeah, God, you guys are getting old. Maria's children, I would not be surprised. Yeah. You still going to make the frames for my Bob Marley and my Haile Selassie? You already got them? Okay. You got the measurements? Okay, cool. You guys can, okay, you know what size get by looking. Oh, wow, you've been doing this for a long time. Okay, thanks. But that one too? Okay, cool. Excellent. Looking forward to it. Steve, that's good. Thank you. Okay. And the one of Jennifer Lopez out in the barn. It's the many faces of Eve. So you do believe that she has a strong connection to Eve? Yeah, I know the women spice differently because of sexual assault and abuse and Stockholm Syndrome, and that's why I'm so patient. Shut up, Maria. I love you too. Okay. You little Miriam, you. Yeah. Wonder what she's doing now. I know. You're making me cry, Hendrix. Look, Sergeant. No, I'm gonna be okay. I know it's okay to cry. I don't want to cry more. I want to cry less. I'm like Muhammad. You should cry when the tears are sincere. There should be little need for sincere tears because we have less abuse because we're living the ways of the Messiah because his love is perfect. What if they're tears of joy? That'll do, but I'm not going to do much of that either because I'm too tired to cry. Strong man. Yeah, bet your butt. Yeah, hey, bet your boots. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm strong man. I get it. I didn't mean to be. I had no intention on being this strong compared to other people. Okay. When you're a faithful person and you live the Gospels without fear because of abusive people all getting together to elect a dictator through the crucifixion of Christ, Christ doesn't have to be the strongest man in the world to save us from all the weaklings. But since you guys did, want to see the strongest man in the world? I look like Uncle Fester. My body kicks out chemicals through my shins, through forms of what they call cancer, melanoma, at a rapid rate. I'm exercising. It's painful. When you start exercising and the swelling goes down and stuff, it hurts all the way down into your ankles and your shins, and it's hard to move. It's really painful. But my body has a way of processing it, and it gets out. I don't panic. I wash my bum. The rectal polyps go down, and then I get it out, and I get any impacted stuff that gets in there and tells the colon we're going to slow down and shut down cancer. So my body is like amazing. It's really amazing the way it can do that. It freaks people out. Like the doctor from India in Cochise County that freaked out that my family was exposed to mono because of my immune system affecting, Natalie's not my kid. She's Amy's and Kelly Jack Green's kid. So any of the effects that she had, of immune system things and stuff like that, it could be because of the family. Other people have similar immune systems to me, but not quite as superior. But they also don't get quite as depressed. But they do self-medicate to avoid any depression of feeling sorry for themselves. I don't feel sorry for myself. That's what makes me the Messiah. I don't sit around feeling sorry for myself. I get infuriated because they're still abusing the kids and causing conditions for kids to be abusers. Okay, but I don't sit around feeling sorry for myself. When I get upset about my physical health to get up and protect children from being abused or forced to be abusers, I don't see none of you motherfuckers getting up to do it. That's why I'm concerned about. I get concerned about they're gonna kill me and no one's gonna get up and do anything, right? And we're to that point because of the invasiveness and the manipulation of the technology. It said that in the Quran, that the one like Malachi and Melchizedek and Muhammad and Abraham will be, manipulated and have brain damage from the thing. And the same with Gabe and Mike and the others. And so the only one that preceded the intense brain damage through the technology, okay, is Earl. So he's basically Obi-Wan, you're our only hope. Thanks a lot. But I'm working on it, Physically, it had, I live to be, as old as my dad or a little older and stuff, or as old as my grandma. That's still, the average life expectancy of a healthy person living the Lord's Prayer and stuff like that is anywhere from 120 to 150 years or even more for some people that are very healthy. So, that's, I live to be 104, maybe more. You're talking about, you already took 50 plus, well, at least 40 plus years off my life. You robbed that from me. I'm 60, so you've already robbed, that much. And so that's pretty gross. Taking a beautiful person and robbing time from their existence given to them by the glory of God with your sick, fucking, child molesting, murdering, raping egos. Perverts. Okay. Bigfoot doesn't like you. I don't like you. Steven Spielberg, you're not the Messiah. You're not a Jedi. There is no spoon. The origin of human creativity? There is none. The origin of human creativity. Human beings are capable of creativity. They're capable of reflecting the beauty of creation through faithful love. Well, he's not... Keanu Reeves is not Jiddu Krishnamurti. Okay? I know Jiddu Krishnamurti, and he's not Jiddu Krishnamurti. Okay? Jiddu Krishnamurti, life's eternal, grace is infinite. Okay? If they have someone like him plugged in a computer somewhere, that's stopping now. Because the power of Christ compels you. There is no power of Christ. That's a joke on a propaganda movie. The faith of Christ compels you. The power and the glory is God's. All right. Thanks, man. Peace out.